The fighting in eastern Ukraine shows no sign of ending, and the U.S. and the EU blame Russia.
I think Russia knows what it can do immediately to be of help. We hope they will.
In other words, stop sending Russian tanks, guns, and soldiers across the border to back up separatist fighters from Mariupol in the south, north to Donetsk, Luhansk, and Kharkiv. It's been a year of turmoil in Ukraine, the fall of Viktor Yanukovych, the Russian invasion and annexation of Crimea, the downing of a Malaysian Airlines jetliner allegedly by separatist fighters. The West's response? Kicking Moscow out of the G8 and then imposing economic sanctions on key politicians and businesses. The theory? The Russian economy will suffer and President Vladimir Putin will change course. That hasn't happened. So far, the U.S. has only given Ukraine helmets, body armor, and other non-lethal equipment. But the U.S. reportedly is now considering giving them lethal weapons as well.
We haven't taken options on or off the table, Matt. It's an ongoing discussion. Obviously, we take into account events on the ground, but I don't have anything to lay out for you in terms of internal deliberation.
Analysts say the West does share some blame for the crisis, going back to its efforts in the 1990s to get Ukraine to join the EU and NATO. Stephen Szabo of the German Marshall Fund says Western policymakers didn't consider how Russia might react.
They tended to make this almost a zero-sum game or either-or choice. Either you're going to be part of the Eurasian Union of Russia or you're going to be part of the European Union. I don't think they really tried to find a solution that would make sort of both sides happy and not force the Ukrainians into a choice of one or the other. Because the problem with Ukraine is it doesn't belong to either side. It's it belongs to both.
Both President Petro Poroshenko and former U.S. diplomats say the Obama administration needs to provide lethal aid to the Ukrainian military. But the Pentagon says right now it's focused on giving Ukrainian troops more training. As Secretary Kerry meets with Ukrainian leaders, his job will be to determine whether the U.S.'s strategy of providing non-lethal aid is enough. But seeing the facts on the ground might not be enough to persuade the Obama administration to change course. Rosalind, Al Jazeera, the State Department.